delighted to be here to welcome everybody. I'd like to congratulate again Paul and all of our classics students and postgraduates who've been involved in the production of this book, but also the contributors. I think it's going to make for very compelling reading. And without further ado, I'd like to hand over to Professor Anna Shahud.
To have the blessing of the director of the Trinity Long Room Hub and the Irish Research Council means a lot, okay? Niall Rudd was a fine scholar and man, warm and witty, wisest of mentors and truest of friends. And Line of Enquiry is dedicated to him. The 50 contributors are TCD students and alumni from current undergraduates to established academics worldwide, friends of Trinity classics, including two of Ireland's most distinguished poets. It's great to see Peter Fallon here with us tonight, and most importantly, friends of Niall Rudd. And in the introduction of a very influential book Niall Rudd wrote, everyone knows about the classical tradition, comprehending it is another matter. One line, one sentence, or if you don't mind my pedantic phrase that my students make fun of me for, one complex sense unit. That way, okay? That is one very specific and special instance of relevance to an individual's life. A three-clause sentence encapsulating, but by no means explaining, the mystery of Logos, language, reason, God. In the beginning is the first piece in the collection, which unfolds according to some logical, analogical arrangement that's for you to find. This is a playful book as well as a serious one.
Thanks to Anna and thanks to Jane for their kind words. The problem with following Jane and Anna is that there's not a lot left to say, so I think it would be wise if I kept this short. The only thing that I can really add to this is to give you an account of the fortunate series of events that led to me standing here and speaking to you about this book, because there are a lot of people who need to be thanked for that. I seem to be getting a lot of credit tonight, but there is a whole group of people that have contributed to this project just as much as I have. And the greatest credit I can give to them is to say that I wouldn't be standing here and you wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for them. The idea for Line of Enquiry didn't come out of the womb fully grown, so to speak. It started off as a small idea. In the course of a conversation with my friend John Francis, who's in the audience there somewhere, while we were walking the Camino last summer, we stumbled across this idea of choosing a favourite line and writing one page on it. I got back in September to the department here, and within the first week of term, I had acquired my tireless deputy, Andrew Beasley. I had also acquired a support team that was second to none, that supported me from second one. That includes Anna, it includes Winifred, it includes the whole department. Then work began, and that's when the connection with Niall Rudd emerged. In consultation with Anna, we discovered this link, and with the kind permission of the Rudd family, we established that, and we got ourselves a name for the project and so much more. And it's been an absolute privilege to get to know the Rudd family and the friends of Niall Rudd through this project. It's been a privilege for me to learn more about one of Trinity Classics' most illustrious graduates, and it's been a real inspiration for me, and I know a lot of the other students in the department. So thanks to the Rudd family for their time and for their efforts in this project and for coming here tonight. The collection itself has been a pleasure to edit, and I hope it's a pleasure for you guys to read. For classicists and for non-classicists, because I'm aware that not everyone here tonight studies classics or will be very familiar with the authors and the works involved. For the classicists amongst you, I like to think of the collection as maybe a collection of 50 pub conversations you might have with your friends about their guilty pleasures. But for the non-classicists amongst you, it might finally give you an answer to that question, why on earth do they study classics? I know that's the question my friends and my family have been asking themselves for the last few years. So finally, thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you.
Well done, Paul.
Thanks.